Hey everybody, this is Natalie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the anatomy of a good sandwich. And I'm talking about something maybe gourmet that you would get at a nice restaurant or deli or grill, that kind of thing, and how you can do that at home. Kind of how to think out of the box a little bit when you're making your sandwich. So the first thing we want to talk about is bread. You want nice bread. You can either make your own or maybe buy nice bakery bread. For my demonstration here today, I'm using some rolls that I made in my Dutch oven. And the next thing you want to think about is your meats that you're using. You don't want to use cold cuts. You can, but I'm just saying if you want to make it special, then use maybe rotisserie chicken instead of deli chicken. Or use shaved beef. That's a really good one. Then the next part you're going to look at is the flavor, the texture, kind of competing flavors in the sandwich. So when you take a bite of your sandwich, you're going to experience several different things going on. You're going to have texture, possibly with lettuce or pickles or maybe bell pepper. You're going to have sweet and heat. So those things go really well together. And then you can also have something salty and then add in something tangy. When you have all those together on a butter toasted bun, it's perfection. So let's get started and I'll show you what we're working with today. This is shaved steak. I think almost every grocery store in town carries this. So hopefully you'll be able to find this because this is such a versatile meat to use in either sandwiches or on salads. You can do a black and blue. You can do like an Asian lime garlic honey. You can do a butter steak. You can, or like here, I'm doing like a coffee infused shaved steak. So another thing to keep in mind when you're searching for things for your sandwich, just look for oddball, off-the-wall condiments. That's a very good thing to look for, either in the honey section, the mustard section, the pickle section, anything like that. Just look for things, ingredients that you wouldn't normally buy, but you can maybe think, hey, that would be a nice sweet thing to put on the sandwich. It would be, or jellies too, okay? Or something spicy, tangy. Just keep that in mind when you're searching for your ingredients to make your gourmet sandwich with. So for this, I'm adding salt. I'm also adding coffee and spicy peach honey. Or you can add hot sauce. So just think of the flavors you want to be infused in with the meat. I made some fresh rolls to go with my sandwiches this morning, and this is white wheat, and I have some herbs in the dough. When you're slicing tomatoes or other things to go on your sandwich, be sure you slice them nice and thin. You don't want to have to fight with toppings to eat your sandwich. This is my favorite sauce to use on sandwiches. It's basically mayonnaise and ketchup with minced garlic, and I also use a pinch of salt. You can use other spices, seasoning in there if you want to. I'm going to fry up my marinated beef here until it's a nice brown color. I also add more honey, more of that spiced peach honey into it. Go ahead and give your beef a taste test and make sure it tastes the way you want it. If not, adjust the seasoning or the honey or whatever you want to add to it. For this sandwich, I'm using the spicy mayo mixture. I made some pickled onions earlier. We have the spicy peach honey and the hot pepper berry bacon jam, along with avocado, tomato, and lettuce. So while we're dressing our sandwich here, you can see that I have something spicy, I have something tangy, I have something sweet, and I have the texture. The onions, the pickled onions give nice texture, as well as the avocado and tomato and lettuce. So those things are important. And, if you don't like tomatoes or lettuce, find something you do like. But the lettuce also helps keep the bun from getting soggy if you are using tomato. But I like to put this sauce on generously here, the spicy mayo sauce, just because it's so good. It's one of my favorites. Now on the other side of the bun, I am going to use the hot pepper berry bacon jam, and I'll also drizzle a little bit of honey on this, just because it tastes good and it will kind of add that extra oomph to the sandwich. So this sandwich was way too tall, but the flavor was phenomenal. We really love this sandwich. The following day, I made a chicken gourmet sandwich. I used rotisserie chicken that I bought the day before. If you do want to work with rotisserie chicken, be sure you slice it kind of thick because it does fall apart if you plan on frying it. I'm just going to batter this lightly and then fry it, or bread it, I should say, and then fry it. I'm also making onion rings, and the same seasoning I use for the chicken. For this sandwich, I'm using a lot of the same toppings, except for this grilled pickled bell pepper. This was really good. It added some tang to the sandwich. I didn't use the bacon jam, spicy bacon hot pepper jam. I can't remember what it was called. Okay, and then here's the honey, the peach honey. Honey goes great with chicken, right? So that's always something you can use. But I did use my pickled onions. These are so good. These are very easy to make if you ever want to try them. And then I'm just assembling the sandwich, and I'll have it with my onion rings. This sandwich is also very good, but I think I like the coffee infused beef one better.